Hello? Okay. Sorry for staring into the camera. Right as I switched to my scene, I realized my mic wasn't working, and then I dropped all of my tools on the floor. But yeah, we're going to be working on Gundam Spiegel today. I have already started. Let's go to the overhead. Sorry about that. Alright. And this is the kit from 2002. So, why is my mouth not working? Hello? Okay. There we go. I hope everything's working again. But yeah, this is a kit from 2002. So, really hoping everything works. Okay. There we go. So, step 12. Sorry, I'm going to be looking away from the camera a lot because I'm keeping all of the runners and sprue off to the side. So if my model just snaps forward suddenly, it regained tracking after losing it from me looking to the side. My workspace is not large enough to keep looking forward. Oh, this is C. And my cat wants out, as always. I will be right back. Okay. I also need A16, which I think is this multicolored one. Here. Good lord. Okay. C5. Which they're both C5. Y'all can hear me, right? Let me just test that real fast. Yeah, you can. Alright. Cool beans. Cool beans. Oh, and I apologize for all the cat hair on my gloves. I washed it, and then literally 4 seconds later, it's covered in cat hair. I also realized when trying to work with this, I keep the sprue off camera when I'm trying to get the stuff out, which makes it difficult to see, and I apologize. I'll try to keep it more in frame. I've been building more Gundam kits recently to try and keep myself from purchasing Warhammer models. Like, the game seems interesting. Yes, it's expensive as hell, but it kind of seems fun. So it's like, okay, don't buy any. Don't buy any, they're very expensive. A friend of mine was like, just get a 3D printer. Brother, where am I gonna store that? Like, I do not have the space for a 3D printer. As much as I would love to own one, I do not have the bloody space for it. So there's those two. The 6, 2 of those, yep. And one thing I didn't realize when I opened this kit, my mom got it for me a while back, but first off was that it required screws. So I had to go out and buy a tool set in order to build the thing, more than just the tools I already had. And, that's weird. And also that, there's rubber. Like this entire C sprue is just like rubbery. Like, this is actual, like, tread. It's weird. Okay, A20. Ah. Things have been crazy recently, huh? Trying to focus on the good. Trying not to think about the negative that's been happening to everybody. Cupcake, you stay over there so you don't get hurt. It's not me threatening my cat, that's me saying, I have a knife and I'm shaving away little pieces of plastic. and I don't want to accidentally cut the cat. And yes, I could be using a file, but I'm not. I'm using a knife. That's how I have operated since I started building Gunpla. Also, with this one, it is an older kit, so I'm literally just trying to get the thing put together at all. Cupcake, I swear to God. Okay. Alright, little one. I'll move the screwdriver set. Where the fuck are you going? To the PlayStation. Okay. You enjoy my PlayStation. I have not been playing it recently, so by all means, go for it, Cupcake. I am forced to use it during boys' night a lot because the game we've mostly been playing, Fortnite, crashes a lot on my computer, which is stupid because the engine it was built in is basically a PC first engine. Also, I had forgotten until just now. 2 weeks ago, was it? I did a stream where I was talking about where I'd been and also the collaborative channel I'd worked on, EZP. Well, there's been a little bit of an update since then. I learned that Zix's PC has all of the footage on it, so if we want to salvage any of that, we have to get his PC working again. So that's fun. But he did give me permission to make both of the videos that were there public, but instead of just making them both live right now, I set the last episode that we had produced for Deep Rock Galactic to go live this Friday, the 2nd. So if you were watching Deep Rock Galactic, there's now more to see. Or there will be more to see. I'm going to wait to make because there is an episode 0 of Division 2 when we played through that. There's an episode of that ready to go live, but I'm going to hold off on that until we are able to at least get the footage that's been recorded off of the old hard drive. Because I'd hate to have a live broadcast of, not live, a video of that and then have to wait months or years for the next part like you had for Deep Rock Galactic. But at least the Deep Rock Galactic saga will be finished up to where we stopped. D18 and 19. Okay. So that's a little bit less waiting that you have to do. even though there will be some more waiting for the next series at all. But we'll see what we can do for in regards to Division 2. I think they've got a new laptop now, Zix does, so there is hope for more stuff there. Was this D18? Yeah, this was D18. We just need to dig into his computer and pull out the hard drive, maybe find a connector for it. And I will fund that if need be. I'm just hoping he still has the tower that he lost. Sure they do somewhere. And I will bug him about it when I get the chance. I am really wondering what caused it to implode the way it did. Okay, so that's the D1. This goes into the foot like that. 12. This goes onto the back here. Like so. Okay. And F2. F is one of these. I think. Yeah, F2 is this part up here. Hopefully the music is loud enough for you. You can actually, oh shit, you can actually hear it. I should really be putting more care into this. And I would love to make the camera more steady so I don't accidentally keep hitting my head on it while trying to show you guys what I'm doing. But kind of dumb. And yeah, I scuffed up this piece pretty bad there. Okay. But hey, if it doesn't look good, it's just battle damage, right? I was really hoping that wouldn't be noticeable, but it is. Alright. There's one foot. I think it's going to take us to building the left leg or right leg first. Yeah. So this is the right foot, and this will become the left foot. I'm not sure how long I'll be on tonight. I'm gonna try and get this leg done, the right leg. But I do want to get this foot together so I don't lose those pieces. So I'm just going to skip ahead real fast. Cupcake, I swear to God. Hello. Merciful madness? Madness? Merciful madness. Hello. There's my cat, Cupcake. Okay. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm going to skip ahead to step 22 to get this foot together, and then I'll at least finish this right leg on stream. But yeah. How was your day? I know mine was stressful and tiring, but I hope you had a good day. Busy? Feels like we can never get a break anymore, huh? Hopefully this will help you chill out some. Yeah, it is kind of robotic. There's really no way for me to fix that. I don't particularly like the way my normal voice sounds, so I use voice mod to change it. Sorry if it makes it difficult to understand me. I think this is actually the second or third version of my voice distortion. I could be wrong though. F2. Need the other F sprue. I do understand, and a lot of my friends tell me they hate it, but it makes me feel more me. So I apologize. But you gotta be comfortable especially when you're trying something new. And I'm still very new to this whole streaming thing. Okay, now we can go back to step 15. G15 and 22. It also doesn't help that I mumble my words, so I'm sure that's getting lost in the modulation. G21 and 16. I apologize for continuing to bump the camera. It is in a very inconvenient spot, but I don't know how to move it to make it better at this point. Okay. D sprue. This one. Oh, good lord, that's a lot of pieces. G14. Should expect a lot of pieces when building a master grade, but it always feels like more pieces than it should. Alright, so I also need D3. Right? Yeah. D1 and D3. I'm sure people leave rather quickly when watching me, but that's okay. I'm just trying to be happy, you know? Jesus. 16 goes where? Here? The hell? Oh, it goes in there. Oh, damn, because that's easy to keep in place. Sure, yeah. Okay, alright. I'm gonna have to pull this out of view because this piece does not want to cooperate. Okay. Really hoping that that's everything that needs to go in there because holy crap. Any more than that, and, man, I don't know. Okay. And then it requires screws. Which screws? Which screws does it need? TP25. One with ridges. Dark screws with ridges. And then 2 of the TP5s that don't have ridges. Okay. So, one of these goes in here. Goodness gracious, this is so tiny. I think I've got it started at the wrong angle. Okay, so that still bends. That's what we want. And then we use 2 of the other ones. As you can see, I've already started on this kit. I have 2 of the arms made. I think it's going to be easier to grab them using tweezers. Potentially. At a time so I don't lose anything. Because if I lose any of these, I'm probably going to crash out. And I don't want to do that on stream. Ah, shit. Also, be careful not to over-tighten the screws, because the screws are metal and the base is plastic. Or, you know, plastic resin. Okay. Oh. We have the calf. Okay. G11 and G10. Watches, even though I'm using Twitch safe music, watch as I get DMCA striked, right? I've used Twitch Save Music from another source. I think it might have even been this source. And it still got struck when I uploaded it to YouTube. Is it just because it's Twitch safe but not YouTube safe? Is that the thing? Is that the issue here? Sorry, I keep pulling it out of view. I'm just trying to clean up the pieces so that they still look alright. You know? Okay. Polycap 8. That's in the box. PC... Oh. Sorry, not 8. Polycap B. My bad. Goes in like... Come on. Get in there. Good gracious. Oh. Thank you, Pepsi. How you doing? Oh, there we go. Yeah, like, this is a master grade. I should expect a lot of parts, but holy crap, I was not expecting this many parts. Um... Okay, so this one goes in this way. Good lord. Thankfully, it's just these two pieces that need to go together. And now for more screws. I need these ones. That one feels too loose. That should be fine. There we go. Okay. Okay. That's A. That's E. There's B. And the F screws. Alright. Oh, but before any of that, I need the D sprue. Because I have to put the side panels on the legs. 14 and 16. This one is magnetic only enough to keep the bit in, but it doesn't have enough magnetism for the screws, or maybe the screws are just not magnetic. I tried to pick up or find a screw with a magnet when I dropped one on the floor, but I couldn't find it. Yeah, it kept me on my toes, that's for sure. That's why I started using forceps to grab the screws out of the baggie so I don't accidentally drop them. It forces me to practice good parts awareness. Okay. Oh dear. Right, let's push that in further. Then we need to rotate that. The hydraulics need to align so that way I can get them into the piece that makes it function. That would be cool looking. Probably. If I could get it to fit the way it's supposed to. Unless I screwed up and did this backwards. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. Yeah, no, I didn't do it backwards. It's just fitting weird. here's what I'm going to do. Just going to stretch this out all the way. And then put the pieces on. There. See the little hydraulic in there? Moves with it. I move my finger there. Perfect. Alright. So now we just have to put the armor pieces on. And we'll have a leg complete. Seems to be building us from the extremities inward. Hopefully here soon I'll be able to get like a torso or a... What is the nice way to say like the pelvis piece? Yeah, I think that's what I should say. I needs a pelvis to look right. Right now, I just have freestanding arms and a leg. I think the funniest part is I've only watched G Gundam like maybe once, only a few episodes a very long time ago. So it's funny that my mom decided to get me this kit. I wonder if she remembers me watching that on Toonami. I wouldn't be surprised she remembers some weird stuff, but I feel like that's just a thing moms do. Hopefully this is interesting enough. It's not just me sitting here staring blankly at the camera with some music playing. I feel like that's mostly what it is, but hopefully y'all are getting something out of it. Sorry I don't have fancy tracking like other VTubers do. But hey, you gotta start somewhere, right? My cat is sleeping by the door. She doesn't realize we have a bed until I jump into the bed. No object permanence. She was also licking an empty cat bowl that was sitting next to a full cat bowl. Yeah, my cat is dumb, but I appreciate her. And I may not know when we're doing final shape, but that is on the docket at some point. And I'm not sure how many of these Gundam building streams I'm gonna do. I have enough kits to do it for a while. Hell, I feel like this one kit's gonna be like 2 or 3 streams by itself. And I need to readjust, my leg is asleep. Oh my god. Okay. E7. I wonder if Pink is alive. Sorry, putting things on pause for a second. No, Pink is not live. Well, if Pink is live by the time I finish streaming, I will raid Pink. If not, I'll find someone else to raid, I suppose. Hopefully they aren't too judgmental with me raiding with like 1 or 2 viewers. Everyone I've raided has been very nice. It's usually their viewers are like, can you even call 3 people a raid? Like, yeah. I'm doing my best here, buddy. Be nice, damn. What the fuck? Okay, for a second there, that did not look like the piece that I had. I cut out a piece and it did not look like the piece I should have. Hey Pepsi, if you're still here, do you know if Pink is going live tonight? If not, that's cool. I understand. We all got things we gotta do. Okay, I think Pepsi may have left, but that's okay. Everybody's busy with something. Oh, I may have cut too deep on that one. It's okay. Everything that looks bad is just battle damage. How did he get battle damage on the inside? Ah, no worries, no worries. Okay. There's that. F4. Oh, right. You're on the other side with F3. Sometimes I wish they would just tell you what they mean instead of having a symbol you have to decipher. But you know how things go. And hey, we have our first empty runner now. Yay! There we go, we have a full calf done. Now to get the thigh armor on, which is E8. That's a leg. How long have I been streaming? An hour? Goodness. Let's try to finish this other leg and then we'll maybe call it a night there. Oh, right, I have to go back in time because I haven't done the other two, part 15 and 16. Okay. G15 and 22 again. Keep bumping the camera with my head because it's in an inopportune spot. Also G21 and 16. And I will need this later. Okay. I'd love to be able to listen to my regular playlist while building this, but if I'm doing it on stream, then I am limited to copyright-free music because I don't want to get DMCA striked live. That would be quite the ordeal. Also says my bitrate is unstable for some reason. Not sure why. Okay. Back forward. They said, contradicting themselves. D2 and 4. And I will need this again in a few minutes because of the bits that hold the end of the hydraulics. So we won't put that away just yet. Yeah, one of these days I'll remember to change the title of my stream to what I want it to be. Remember to change the quote-unquote game I'm playing to the one that I actually am playing. And I'll remember to make a post on social media saying, hey, I'm going live. One of these days, probably, maybe, I'll remember to do these things in the proper order. I'm not entirely sure what the going live process on a console is like, but I'm sure it's probably easier to not forget. Yeah, schedules help, but I had to remove my countdown timer because it was just lying every week. Okay, so this one goes first. Then this, and we shove this in here like so. Or we try to anyway. Everything is so fucking small. Hard to get this shit in here in the correct orientation. Oh my god. Oh, I feel that weird sleep schedule, friend. I swear I either sleep like 2 hours or 14. There is no in between. Okay. There's one, and we need another one of those screws. The flathead screws. I wonder when I'm gonna run out of copyright-free music and it's just gonna dump me into a playlist full of copyrighted songs. I always fear that it's gonna happen. Okay. Hello, Shadow. How you doing? Having a good night? I do hope life is treating you well. Almost evening there? It's 2 in the morning here for me. Regardless, I hope things are well for you. Traveling. Sounds like fun. Going anywhere interesting lately? We are making the Master Grade Spiegel from Gundam G Fighter. And I know I should have expected this many pieces since it's a Master Grade, but it always feels like too many pieces. Traveling since the new year. Dang. Sounds like fun. Well, I appreciate the compliment. If you look too closely at these pieces, you'll see scuff marks from where I dug a little too deep with my little scalpel here. Ooh. Well, I do hope things get better for you. And hopefully this can help you chill for a while before you have to keep moving again. have more faith in yourself, friend. These kits are usually fairly straightforward. Though this is the first one I've built that required screws. According to one of my other friends, apparently that's pretty common for the older kids to have screws. Well, hey, there you go. Even if you can't build Gunpla, you can draw, which is better than I can. Oh damn, multi-talented. Nice. Friend, I wish I could read better. I lose all concentration like 4 sentences in. The only thing I can really focus on now is, like, manga. But some people say that that's not reading. Oh, whoops. Let me in there. Let me in there. Okay. Almost forgot to put the bottom half of the leg in here. It's kind of needed to make the leg. A cafe in Tokyo. World traveler here. I have a friend who's going to visit his wife's family in China, and then they're taking a trip to, I think they said Vietnam and then Japan. Like, I am jealous of him, but he is looking for some books for me, so. I mean, yeah, that's fair. You did say that. He's looking for a manga called Rough Sketch Senpai, or at least that's what it translates to. And it was never licensed in the States. And I've taken to, if I like a series and can't buy it licensed, I just get the Japanese version. I don't know, that's okay. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea, and that is perfectly fine. Well, how do you feel about comics? 'Cause if you like those, you might be into some manga. Okay. And have you, watched any anime at all? Like Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh? Mm. Oh no, it's okay. Reading just the popular stuff is fine. There's no shame in that. Especially with the rise of the movies. It becomes very easy to sort of fall into those, what people would say is basic, but we can all enjoy what we enjoy. Death Note is actually a very, very good series. I've seen about 4 or 5 iterations of it. You watched the Death Note anime and not the Netflix movie, right? Yeah, there's a... Yeah, the end is the web series. Okay. Okay, yeah. So you watched the anime then. Um, my roommate and I always say it's like you can watch Death Note to the end, or you can stop at episode 26 because that is sort of like a villain wins ending, and it's decent enough. But yeah, that anime is based off of a manga, and it's usually like the more complete version because sometimes they have to cut things out for a TV series. Yeah, what's up? Ask me anything. Um, well, let me grab an example here. So here's a manga that I've been reading recently. It's called Destroy All Humans That Can't Be Regenerated. It's based off of Magic the Gathering, another one of my hyperfixations. But you read it this way. Oh no, no worries. I'm building a Gundam kit. I'm easily distracted. But yeah, you read it right to left, top to bottom. And it's just a comic. And they, instead of flipping it and reading it this way, they just keep it in the traditional Japanese of right to left. No, no, I'm not making fun of you at all. You just top to bottom, right to left. Yeah, no worries, friend. And they come in all sorts of genres: romance, action, comedy, detective, horror. You are very welcome. Yeah, there's one called Murcielago. I don't have a Discord server set up. I'm sure I could probably figure out if I had the time, but work keeps me pretty busy and I only stream really for fun. At some point, I might get one set up, it'll just be a while. I do try to stream every week though, and since I have kids to keep me busy, I'll probably stream at night after work if I'm not too exhausted. So feel free to drop by and ask any questions. I work in the shipping and warehousing. So specifically, I work in expedite. So if something needs to get there the next day, that's my job. I either find the package and make sure it gets there, or build from scratch and make sure it gets there. It can be. It can also be very stressful. But it keeps me busy and pays the bills. So I can't complain too much. How long have I been reading manga? I've been reading manga since I was in middle school, which feels like an eternity ago. And back then, I was reading things that I probably should not have been reading at the time. But yeah, it's been over a decade, I'd say. Probably closer to 2 decades. I've been reading manga for a very long time. Yeah, 20 years. I'm old, dude. No. My mom did not read them to me. In fact, she hardly ever looked at what I was reading. Thank God. She would have been shocked. It was definitely quite niche. I was one of 2 or 3 people in my entire school reading any of this stuff. In fact, the series that I was reading is old enough that it got dropped by the publishing company that was releasing it, and then was picked up by another one about halfway through. If I had kids, I would let them read certain manga. I would definitely keep an eye on the. Usually there's a rating somewhere on here. Oh yeah, like this one is rated T plus, so for like 16 or older. But yeah, I'd let them read some. Mercy Logo, the horror one that I talked about earlier, I would definitely not let a kid read that. That is full of sex and violence and murder. It's a good read though. How long ago did I read it? If you're talking about Mercy Lago, I'm still technically reading it. I think I took a break from it a few months ago just to catch up on some other series, but every so often I go back to it. But if you're talking about just manga in general, I read some almost every day. Oh, oops. Yep. I was good talking to you too, Shadow. Stop by whenever you feel like it. Have a good evening. Safe travels. I have a Blue Sky, and I technically still have a Twitter account, I just don't post there anymore. The link should be in the thing below. Will do, friend. Will do. Well, I'm glad I could get you interested. And that leg went together weird. At least it went together, I suppose. Oh, right. I have to go back to step 20. Because for some reason I did not foresee building both legs. But here we are, building both legs. I should have said that he could follow me here, because this is technically a social media site, kind of. But I'm bad at advertising myself, so... E8. Alright, both F runners and the E runner are out of parts. So it's less things I have to worry about now. Yay. Also, I realize treating this like a business or job leaves a bad taste after recent events. Okay, we have 2 legs, 2 arms, and a bunch of runners left. Oh, I think I might call it here. I also think that my stream deck is not working anymore. That's fun. Oh wait, no, we're good. I'm just dumb. Alright. Oh yeah, now I just have the main body left. Let's see. Pink isn't live, I don't think. But I think we'll raid into Kelvara. She's fun. So I hope you had fun here. I know I had at least a little fun. Alright. See you next time. Maybe tomorrow. Bye.